Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. Today we're gonna do our dungeon run after just having fully upgraded the last of our ancestral pieces. We started with weapons, then we did armor, then we did jewelry, and by the time we got to jewelry, we had gotten two of the barber gems. So we've got a 2.1 equipped, and we've got a 2.0 in the stash, and we put our max roll Ravenous on this. And with the shadow skills, this piece now basically represents all of our resource generation needs, because we have, I'll show the passive, but we have the passive that gives shadow damage, energy generation, basically. It generates like 30 energy when something explodes, plus the 70% resource generation, plus the Wrathful Heart of the Barber is basically exploding things with shadow damage. So it's triggering that passive along with the Shadow Imbue itself. So as long as we're using Shadow Imbue, we're generating tons of resource. And then we've got the damage reduction gem on our ring, which is now an offensive flex slot. So we've got corruption on there, and that's from the Wudijo guide, is basically Edge Masters on Gauntlet and Corruption on Ring, but those are kind of flex slots. And then on Amulet, we've got the Dark Dance, which is basically representative of more resource as well, because we're going to use life instead of resource some amount of the time, plus this has disobedience on it, obviously. So that's like the completed setup, plus we have both unique daggers, so we can play Condemnation for combo points, or we can play, I'm going to call this Ashira's, and we can play Ashira's for attack speed. The other weapon has attack speed. That's a pretty good roll on that, the 24% on the accelerating. So we can either play like an attack speed variant or the combo point variant. I'm going to try both of these. Our bow, which was a 718 that we upgraded into tier 6, upgraded really nice. It's got a max roll of vulnerable damage and dexterity, which is awesome. High roll of critical strike chance, and then a flexible roll, which we've got on damage to close, but this is basically a perfect bow as long as it's our offhand for the rest of the game, which is pretty cool. And we'll eventually get the max rolled twisting blades for that. We might start target farming for that. And then I won't go over the rest of the equipment. The only thing I'll say is we're running Manglers instead of Might, and if I start dying in these higher tier dungeons, I'll just switch right back to Might. I might even do that, but we'll see. We'll see what these increased difficulties look like. So what I want to try to do is get back to plus 10 difficulty. So I want to do a level 89 dungeon. So 89 less 54 is 35, so we want a tier 35 key. So let's see what we get. There's a 35, perfect. Less fire damage, they have suppressor. We can run this. So we'll run this, we'll take an iron skin, and we'll go for it. Let's see how we do with the full ancestral setup. Highest I've done prior to this is probably like a 27. So this isn't that big of a jump. Yeah, okay. Should be no problem at all. So basically the barber makes things pop, is basically what's happening. They absorb damage until they explode. But the damage they're absorbing is multiplicative, plus it should be adding up with the AoE damage of the surrounding stuff, which is why it's so powerful. But yeah, this isn't difficult at all, I can just face tank them. stuff had died.
You saved my life.
Okay, just picking up stuff off the ground.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
And basically with this setup, we should be able to finish our leveling really easy. Because if it's going to be this good, we should be able to use the Paragon boards to make it so that we can always farm plus 10. The Paragon setup is far from ideal. We're only using 2 boards right now, 2 additional boards. There's the other guy right here. It's too bad you don't get any items from those fights in the transitional rooms. Wonder if they cap the XP too, because those rooms are always nuts. That's like the easiest combo, is just to Twisting Blade something, dash, Twisting Blade something at the end of the dash, and then dash back. It's like the bread and butter setup, and if your dash is on cooldown, you can just dodge instead. And if you play like that, you can always have Shadow Step as an escape. What am I doing? Return the carving to the pedestal? Surely it's down here. Okay, should be up here. When you're in the bubble like that, you should just use the dodge button. That's like the bread and butter combo. That was so simple. It was just imbue, twisting blades, dash, imbue, twisting blades, dash. Here I'm just, I don't even know what I'm doing, I'm just mashing. Not really using combo points correctly. Okay, we don't need to keep anything except for the emeralds. Shouldn't have brought the good dagger with us. Okay. Oh, we get combat up to 15 too, which is nice. So the gems, the glyphs that we're working on are these 5. Exploit, combat, closer, diminish, and turf. And then I had some other random ones. I was using snare and tracker early on when I was playing the poison trap build. Because this one did what? Trap skill damage and the trap radius. And then this one was like poison damage, right? Yeah, poison damage effects last longer. Alrighty. I'm going to play again with the other dagger, but I'm going to do that off the recording. Thanks for watching, guys.